Anu, speak to me. Speak to me again. What's left for me to do for my pack? You showed me love. Milovet, as you called it. Love for them, to survive and prosper. And yet, it's not enough. Please, grandmother, what else do they need? What else do I need to lead them the way you want? Maybe that's something I'll have to find out myself. But not without your aid. Please, not alone. I hope to hear your voice again. And you. Goodbye.
Ooh, morning, lovely.
Morning.
Whoa, bad night again, huh?
Quite a bit. What about yours?
Could be better.
Maybe soon, Rook.
What?
A tranquil night, good sleep, comfy dreams, when she tells me what to do.
Anu?
Yes. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll keep dealing with all these troubles.
Oh, there are no troubles, Aleu. Call
Situations, I know. I'm not sure how you managed to stay calm knowing the rumors.
Come on, lovely. You're a good leader. Who would ever want to betray you?
Well, the Sakari, they say.
Well, you can't be serious. Around hunters? I bet those are just blatant lies. Please, Aleu. I hate seeing you like this. Don't let this nonsense distract you. You made a good job here. Better than anyone could do.
I got some help from a certain wolf.
Well, I help a little bit here, but it's you the one they choose, as I did.
And I chose you, Rook, right after we met. I know I must be brave, but Clock, he says he feels something is wrong among our hunters. Some unconformity.
Wow. Unconformity? They have the most important role of the pack, and they get almost half of the resources of themselves. What could it be? I insist. This must be a misunderstanding.
Clock is wise, Rook. I doubt he could ever misunderstand anything.
Even despite his age.
He is quite sane, Rook. He's taught me a lot since I've arrived here.
Yeah, I know. It's only that I don't think Lovek and the others could ever do something like that.
You don't know them the way I do.
Oh yeah, I heard the story. But still, maybe we should just wait and see where this goes.
Even if we live in danger, they outnumber us, Rook.
Come on, Aleu, please. They are just rumors from a reliable source. I grant you that. But in the end, who knows?
Still, we can't let our guard down, Rook.
Oh, of course not, lovely. But also, I can let you stay distinguished, worried, destined. I want you to smile, alright?
I'll try.
That's all I need to hear.
Is breakfast ready, Mommy?
Not if you don't hurry, Sarah. Wake up your brother.
Shura obeyed her mother, patting her brother with her paw.
Mutlu, wake up! I want to eat.
I'm not hungry yet.
Oh well, but we all are, son. Come on, we don't want the deer to run out, do we?
No, we don't. Come on, Mutlu.
After a few more attempts, they managed to get Mutlu up, and they came out of the cave in order to meet with their equals. Aleu, Ruck, and their two cubs arrived at the place where the pack used to have all of their meals together, as Aleu wanted. It was a glade surrounded by tall trees and many bushes. Good morning, Renati. That last word meant royalty, referring to Aleu, Ruck, Mutlu, and Shura.
Morning, Clock.
Aleu glared at the rest of the pack.
Good morning to you all as well. You may eat now, thanks to the efforts of our talented Sicari.
Aleu switched her gaze to Lovek, leader of the Sicari.
It is our duty to feed the mouths of the pack, my leader.
A duty you've done greatly, all of you. Lovik, Nuke, Jock, Sumac, Mara, the youngest of the Sicari.
Some of the wolves waited for her to take their first bite from the laying deer among them, but others were eating already.
This deer looks delicious.
Yes, Rook, I finished. You can start eating.
Oh no, it's not what I meant.
I know you so well, Rook.
Aleu finally started to eat, rapidly followed by Ruck and her cubs. The rest of the wolves joined them, as well as Clock and Lovek. After a couple of minutes, Clock began to speak, straightening and looking at the wolves with a straight face.
I hope we all know what we have here, my friends, my family.
Almost all of the pack interrupted their eating and looked at him. Others just kept having their breakfast.
We have union, strength, purpose, resources.
Clock glared at Aleu, who listened to him attentively, as well as Ruck.
All thanks to her, our leader.
Aleu wanted to take the floor, but Ruck spoke first.
Oh yeah, of course. Clock's right. I'll lose my mate, and that's why I know there's no one else like her among us.
Aleu finally spoke out her mind.
Albeit, it's come to my ears that some of us are not satisfied with my rulership.
Murmurs of confusion and suspicion were heard after her words.
My leader, tell us who are those that despise you, and the Sicari will deal with them immediately.
I'm afraid that our hunters, those are, according to what I've been told.
Us? The Sicari?
Lovek was surprised and concerned. He looked at some of his warriors with a watchful eye.
Leader of mine, tell me, who of our warriors seeks treason, and they'll fall under my claws?
Oh, we'll wait, Lovek. There's no need to spill blood before having any certainty of these terrible sayings.
Aleu felt rather upset with her mate speaking for her.
Still, if any of you discovers anything regarding these plotters, tell me. And even if you manage to find them, bring them before me, and I'll decide what to do along with the Yoshari.
Several wolves nodded at their leader's request. Then, when silence persisted, they kept having their breakfast. Except for Lovek, who had gotten deeply concerned about the news he just heard. After finishing their breakfast, Sora and Mutlu went to walk by Hisaka River, not too far from the glade.
Want to play something?
All Mutlu could think about was his sister falling into the river.
You're too close to the shore.
So?
You could fall, and Mom always said we should stay away from the riverside.
Oh.
Sora got closer to the shore, raising her paw while looking at Mutlu.
Like this, Mutlu?
Sura, it's dangerous.
Whatever.
Sora just kept walking, a few inches from the edge.
Sura!
What? Come on. I'm not gonna fall. Don't worry.
Sura, it's not funny.
Mutlu got a bit closer to her, but not too much, as he was very afraid of the river.
Mutlu, I've told you. I won't fall. Leave me.
Mutlu started to get more nervous, and with the intention of pulling her away from the edge, he ran towards her with his jaws open. But he didn't see the root that was in his way, so he tripped while heading to the river.
Mutlu!
Mutlu fell into the river as he feared moments ago.
Help! Help! Help, Sura!
Mutlu went downstream while moving with desperation in the waters of the Hisaka.
I'll go get Mother.
Sora knew she would probably get in trouble, but also knew she had no chance in trying to rescue his little brother herself. Mudlu was sinking while being carried by the current. Everything went blurry and blue after a while, with a slowly increasing darkness above him, swallowing water, moving despairingly until he closed his eyes all of a sudden, and in an instant was laying over an endless cloudy floor under a clean blue sky. He looked around and stood up slowly.
What is this place?
Mudlu started to walk cautiously over the soft cotton-like surface.
Hello?
He received no answer.
Hey! Where am I?
Contrary to usual, Mudlu didn't feel scared, just greatly confused and amazed at the same time.
Mudlu,
Huh? Who's there?
The little cub could only hear that wonderful voice, but wasn't able to find the source.
it is not your time yet, little one.
Time for what? Sorry, can you show yourself?
As he just requested, a Niu showed up just before his eyes, tall and beautiful, whiter than the cloud below her.
Who are you?
Mudlu felt deeply touched by her beauty.
My name is Aleu. I am your great-grandmother.
I never heard about you.
Your mother was going to tell you one day, that I'm sure. But here we are.
And where's you? And you?
This is where all good gathers, youngling.
I don't understand.
There are things way beyond your understanding, my child. One day, you'll find the way back here.
Mudlu felt a sudden feeling of abandonment.
I like it here. I don't want to leave on you.
Your family loves you, and it's no time for them to live without you.
Oh, but maybe they could all come here. I'm sure they like it.
You must return home, Mudlu.
A Niu started to vanish slowly in front of his eyes.
Hey, where are you going?
Your mother is calling you, and you must return.
Please, stay with me.
Mudlu, I will always be with you.
Mudlu noticed he was vanishing as well.
Hey, what's happening? No.
The beautiful cloudy world disappeared. All he could see now was darkness, until he started to hear Aleu's voice.
Oh, Mulu.
Darkness faded away completely. Mudlu was laying down over the grassy path next to the river. He looked into his mother's eyes.
Mom, what happened?
Oh, I thought I had lost you forever, son.
Mudlu, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mudlu remembered the incident almost right away, but his mind was still remembering that strange and wonderful place he was in.
It was beautiful.
What was beautiful, son?
That place. The clouds, the sky, the warmth.
Mudlu got onto his paws, shaking to dry himself off. Aleu was looking at him with perplexity.
How? Like a dream?
Not exactly. It felt real. She looked real and beautiful. A beautiful white wolf.
What was her
She told me, but... Oh, Anu, yes, that was her name.
Really? Son, what else did she tell you?
That she was my good grandmother. Is that true?
Aleu remained speechless for a moment.
Yes, son. It's true.
But how?
I don't know. She just appeared there. She told me it wasn't my time and that she would be with me forever.
We'll talk more about this at the cave, son. What matters now is that you're all right.
Aleu glared at her daughter for a moment.
Not thanks to her, I'm afraid. Sura, I'm very disappointed.
But I told you everything. Even then it was my fault.
That doesn't change what you did. He could be dead because of you.
And you think I wanted that? I was just playing, that's all.
Well, maybe tonight's outside will let you think enough to understand, Sura. I've spoken.
2 nights? This is so unfair. It wasn't my intention.
You act foolishly and put your brother in great danger. I think I'm being soft with you on this one, so you should be thankful.
Sura left in a hurry.
Sura? You had to raise your voice.
That's my way, lovely. Sorry.
Dad, it's fine. I'm okay. Let her sleep inside tonight.
I'm glad you care so much about your sister, Mutlu, but as it pains me to say it, this will do her good.
We gotta go. The Ushari have gathered.
I know.
Aleu and Rock walked away from their cab rather hurriedly to get to the gathering on time. Clock, Duja, Teacher, and the rest of the Ushahari were waiting for the two Relati patiently over a small elevation at the foot of the Vada mountain, with an almost circular, flat surface where the council used to celebrate their gatherings. Aleu and Rock finally arrived, walking towards their respective spots and sitting down afterwards.
Welcome, Relati. Our gathering shall begin now. O Anu, ancestor of our current leader and guidance for us, the humble tribe of the Vale, inspire our hearts and minds, our mouths and our ears, to take the most of this gathering. Milavat. My dear fellows, it's no secret that dark intentions are rising against the Relati and the Ushari, from no other than the claws and jaws of this community, the Sikari.
Duja, brother of Tija, held an expression of doubt.
But Lavek sounded very surprised at the breakfast. He even said he wanted to deal with the matters himself.
Surprise is not a reaction hard to pretend. On the other hand, Lavek might indeed be unaware of these things. It is possible that only some of our hunters are actually behind it all.
But who then? If it isn't Lovek, maybe Nuke, Jock, and Sumac?
Those scatterbrains? No way.
I agree with Rook. Even if I respect those three, their doing does not go beyond what Lovett tells them to do.
But that only leaves us with the youngest ones, Mura and his group.
That's even more bonkers. I mean, those cops. I know Mera and company. They might be the most innocent wolves I've ever known.
They're everything but cubs now. Mera almost reaches maturity, as well as his friends. Also, don't be fooled by the tenderness of the young paws, Rook, as the greatest darkness can hide inside their hearts. But still, I don't think this is the case.
So you think Lovek is actually the one we're looking for?
Everything is unclear now. So daunting and blurry as well. Nonetheless, this gathering has brought us closer to the answer we seek. Patience and caution will be our best allies at the moment.
Clock finally looked back at Aleu.
Now, I give the floor to our leader to close the gathering.
Thanks, Clock.
Aleu and the rest of the council closed their eyes while raising their snouts.
For this beneficial gathering you let us celebrate today, we thank you and you, Grandmother, and may everything agreed here be done according to your will. Milavat.
Thank you, fellows. We may now return to our former occupations.
The council left the place, except for Aleu, Rook, and Clock.
Thanks, Clock. I hope we can all have a good night after all this.
You haven't slept well, have you, Aleu? Your face looks tired and your voice sounds feeble.
Yes, I can barely remember any moment of peace, even before all these rumors.
A great burden. So great. Over so delicate shoulders, isn't it? The weight of Vayli lays over your heart as well, my dear.
Yes, it hurts, Clock. I don't know how, but it does.
I know how you feel, Aleu. I've been there before, remember? Back in my days as leader, when the legendary Sajiyogi tribe ruled the land of Saraka, all I could feel was that pain, worry, desolation. I'm sure your friend Nava also dealt with the same, as well as your father, like in those stories you've told me so many times.
But he was strong, brave, and I am not.
You are lovely. I'm sure you are.
Your mate is right, Aleu. And also, the strength you need has always been at your side. She will carry those burdens for you.
Thanks, Clock.
Come on, lovely. We must go.
Aleu delayed quite a bit to answer.
Yes, I just hope things get better. I don't know how, but I just hope.
That's all we can do right now.
Aleu and Rook finally left with more doubts than answers. Rook was worried, but not as his mate. Aleu was far more concerned and anguished than him. He did the best he could do to calm her down, but it was all useless. At nightfall, with no more news or matters to attend, the Reynati returned to their cave, except for Sora, who stood outside as Rook had ordered. Rook was sleeping already, or at least he was trying to, while Aleu was speaking with her son.
I talk with her very often, you know.
And what things do you talk about?
Well, I usually just ask her for guidance, and that's it.
Guidance?
When I need help with something, if I feel confused or scared, I turn to her.
Really? And she answers?
Sometimes. Well, at least palpably. But she never lets me down.
Oh, and can she help me too?
Oh, of course, Bootlu. As she told you, she will always stay with you. Always at your side.
But what is she? Like, I know she's a wolf and all, but I've never seen anyone like her.
Me neither, Mutlu. I'm afraid I don't have the answer to your question.
But she's my great-grandmother, isn't she?
She is indeed, yet I'm not sure what she is. At least not entirely.
Well, I hope I can trust her the way you do.
Sometimes even my own faith in her can get a bit tenuous, but present still.
What do you mean by faith?
It's when you believe in something so strong, so clear, that no one can tell you otherwise, and is that thing you seek to live a good life. At least, that's how I can describe it, son.
Like, when I really thought I could jump that giant hole near the seaside and Sura didn't believe me? And then I actually jumped it?
Quite like that, son.
Oh, okay. Then I'll ask her lots of stuff. And can I talk to her every day? Or is she busy or something?
I'm sure it won't bother her at all. Quite the contrary.
Really? Can I do it now?
Sure, my sweet. You can do it any time you want to.
And how, Mom?
Just close your eyes and tell her what you need her to know. Or anything at all.
Thanks, Mom.
Sleep, sweetie. I love you. And she does too.
I love you too, Mom.
Aleu let her son sleep and walked towards her mate, laying next to him, getting her head over his neck, slowly breathing, trying hard to get some sleep. Lovik and the Sakari was still very present in her mind. At the end, she managed to close her eyes and get into a light, fragile dream. Meanwhile, Motlu was sleeping peacefully and quietly, dreaming with clouds, warm wind, tender feelings, and the mysterious white wolf.
I'd like to thank you for the faith and strength to win the day. Your words bring light, your power never dies and takes my fears away. It's not the hardest thing to do. How can I question you? Throw my life into the fray, let go and live my life your way. Make these changes, make me strong. Lean to His grace to guide you on. Lord, I say from bend and you'll do what you ask of me. Sweet these dreams to make me see